Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It's November and it's fall. It's the season for slowing down, resetting the garden, and reflecting on the previous season. The light is lower. We just hit our daylight savings. The garden is quieter. Everything feels just a little bit more peaceful. And this is when I really like to slow down and give the garden a little bit of love before the winter season sets in. Clearing, tidying, and getting everything ready for the season of rest. Today we're tackling a few big chores in the back garden. I'm clearing these hops that are growing up these posts back here. I'm cutting down my zinnias that have been blooming all season long and been so gorgeous. Cutting the corn out of the raised beds and just doing a little bit of weeding and a little bit of garden resetting. This is the kind of gardening day I love the most. It's quiet, it's productive. I feel so accomplished by getting things like this done in the garden. A day when I get really, really dirty, but I see so much progress, I don't even care. I'm starting with these hops this morning. I grew these beautiful hops up the posts all around my raised beds, and I absolutely loved them. They grew so fast. They were so beautiful. The blooms on the hops were absolutely gorgeous, but now they've done their job, and I actually think I want to replace them with something else next season. There's something so satisfying about clearing out vines like this. At first it looks overwhelming, but once you start clipping and pulling, the garden opens right back up. Look who I found living in here. I've heard you all season long rustling around in here. I'm glad you're a lizard and not something else. But you're being evicted. Time to go. Time to go. Find another home. Sorry. Oh, Monty found your friend. Let him go, Monty. Let him go. You know when it shows the mouse standing really still and the cat can't find him? That's what's going on here. Monty, did you find the lizard? Yeah? Did you find the lizard? Yes, buddy. Good boy. So I decided to water this hugel mound today because we haven't had a lot of rain over the past couple weeks, and I want it to really break down because I'm going to be adding a ton of stuff as I clear out the garden for fall. We just do not get enough rain. We have to supplement the compost piles we have to supplement the hugel mounds that we have, and so just doing this for a little bit I think is really going to help all this plant material break down. We are forecasted to have a rainstorm on Wednesday, though. It's supposed to be, I think right now it says 0.8 of an inch, which is significant for us. So I'm excited for that. I won't have to water my compost piles, and then it's gonna clean all the dust off the garden. Everything's so dusty right now. It needs a good rinse. So the back 2 beds are all cleared of the hops. I also took out all of the dahlias that had powdery mildew and were basically done. And then I went through with my hula hoe and just cut off all the seeds that were trying to pop up with the little bit of rain that we do have. Now, I still do have to come in here and dig out the rhizomes of the hops. Hops spread by rhizomes, and if you don't get those rhizomes out, if they get enough water, they're just gonna keep going. So that's one thing to warn you all. If you are going to grow hops, you have to be prepared, especially if you live in an area that gets a lot of rain, you have to be prepared for them to spread a little bit. We don't get a ton of rain, so if I just stop irrigating these, they should stay in place. But I am going to dig these out, but I don't feel like doing it today. So I think I'm going to leave that for another day. But what I do want to address today is over here. And this is my old compost pile. We are breaking this compost pile down. This one, I ended up moving to a more sunnier location because, again, we don't get enough rain and this area did not have enough sun for it. But if you all remember, I did rent a chipper at one point because I wanted to see if I could chip a whole bunch of the plant material I have to help the compost break down quicker. And I chipped it all right here, including sweet peas. And you can see I have sweet pea seedlings everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And I'm sure that it would be very, very beautiful if I let just a meadow of sweet peas grow right here, but I also don't want to deal with that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through here real quick with my hula hoe and just get all these things out and kind of stop them growing in their tracks. Okay, so not perfect, but a significant improvement. All of this green stuff right here, they've all had their poor little heads chopped off. So they should decompose and not bloom, not set more seed, and be more of an issue. So that's kind of what the hula hoe does. It's kind of like a quick and dirty way to get rid of a lot of seeds. I want to show you guys though, look at the soil here. Watch out, bud. You're standing right where, what? Watch it. Come on. What are you smelling? What is it? Can I please show people the soil right here? What is this dog doing? I just wanted to show you guys the soil right here. Right where Monty's head is. Look at this. Look how good this is. Isn't that looking great? So I'm right over by the chicken coop right now, and I know a lot of you have asked to see the chickens, and unfortunately, we don't have chickens anymore. They passed away. Our flock passed away. We got chickens last year. We built this beautiful chicken coop last year, and we got the first 3 chickens, and I'm pretty sure one of those first 3 chickens had a disease called Merks, M-E-R-K-S. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And one of those chickens died pretty quickly, and I didn't realize what was going on, and I kept replacing them, and then one by one the chickens were dying of the same thing, and it was really, really sad. And I did a whole bunch of research on it and kind of realized what it was, and then decided, well, the recommendation is to leave the coop empty for 5 months. 5 months I have to leave this coop empty and then completely sanitize it, but just in case there's the disease all around here. Apparently it's a really common chicken disease. So no chickens for a little while, but I cannot wait to get some new chickens in here because I love having chickens, but that's why I haven't been showing the poor chickens because they're not here. So sad. The girls were devastated. What you doing, bud? What is it? You smell the kittens? Huh? So quick coffee break. I am trying not to push myself too hard in the garden today. I slept so poorly last night. I slept so bad. I was up all night long. I don't know if it was the time change. It was the time change last night. We fell back time-wise 1 hour last night, and I was up to watch the time go from 1:59 to 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. again. I was up to watch that. And that's when I knew, oh, gosh, what's wrong? I don't know if I had too much caffeine yesterday or I don't know. So anyway, I am just not pushing myself too hard. I only want to do a couple more things in the garden, especially as we kind of get into the slow season of the year. It's, now that it's November, I feel like we're getting into that really beautiful slow season where you can kind of slow down, take your time, really focus on, that one bloom, the one bloom that's really beautiful, as opposed to, the whole garden. So I told myself I wouldn't push myself today. I'm happy with what I've gotten done so far, but I want to try and get just a little bit more done as soon as I finish my coffee. So now I'm moving on to the raised beds. My zinnias and my corn definitely had their moment this summer, but the moment has passed and now it's time to clear them out. These zinnias I direct sowed back, I want to say in April, maybe even March, possibly this season, and they are a Benary's Giant Zinnia mix. And if you're not familiar with Benary's Giant Zinnias, they are the best. To me, they're comparable to dahlias. They are absolutely gorgeous. And halfway through the season, my daughter Sadie and I came and we chopped them down probably by at least half, if not 3/4, and they flushed back absolutely beautifully. So I definitely would recommend keeping them deadheaded. And if you are kind of like me and maybe a little lazy in the midsummer, you can just go down and you can just chop them off and they will keep blooming all season long. Now, I have to admit, garden cleanup, especially end of season garden cleanup, is always a little bittersweet for me because here where I live in Northern California, we don't get hard frost. We don't get killing frosts usually. And so when I'm doing cleanup, I'm usually always cleaning up some beautiful blooms. There's always some blooms left. So it's always a push and pull of the changing season, the changing time, when I should be doing some cleanup and refreshing and resetting my garden, and when I should be leaving blooms. So I always try and leave some blooms for the pollinators and for me, but I do think it's good to clean things up so that I can refresh these beds and get them ready for the next chapter, which is the cool season. Watch out, bud. Ooh, the pile's getting big. So all the zinnias are officially out of my back garden for the season, although it's sad because I don't get to see their beautiful blooms anymore. I think it's also refreshing. It's refreshing to have everything kind of cleaned up and tidied up, and it's just a new season, which is really exciting. I didn't get to the corn today. I'll have to do that another day, but I did get all the hops back here, which is really what I wanted to get done today, and then of course most of the zinnias. And I know that every time I remove plants like zinnias or something like that, I get a lot of people saying don't forget to save the seeds, or don't forget to cut the last of the blooms and bring them inside. Missed opportunity. And I have so many seeds, I have cut so many blooms, I just can't film all of it. So don't worry, these zinnias got used as much as they needed to get used, and now it's the bed's time to rest. I am going to cover these beds with a nice thick layer of compost so that the soil can regenerate. And then I think in these two front beds, I am going to be sowing my sweet peas that I have growing indoors right now. So one last look at the nice cleaned up beds. I still have to get these hops out. But this side is all done, just waiting for some compost. And then back here, waiting for some compost. It looks all nice and clean. Oh my goodness. Such a new season. Now I have to come, I gotta trim these little ollies, but I think that'll be for tomorrow. I have to say, I love the changing of the seasons. It's so nice to have kind of a change of pace. And this time of year, you know, when we've been going crazy all season long, really, busy out in the garden, lots of blooms, lots of things happening. Now we go into the slow mode. Now we go into the quiet season. And I have to say, I'm pretty excited for it this year. I'm pretty excited just to kind of slow down and start focusing on maybe smaller things in the garden. So I am gonna go inside right now and I am going to rest. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.